to MSQ questing. Sorry it's taken so long. We will get there eventually. As soon as I open up my app so I can watch chat. There we go. Unfortunately, no Tayrin tonight. They having internet weather again.
Oh boy, yeah.
It is what it is.
Lots of internet weather.
Who first?
It's less internet weather and more internet typhoon.
Tell me about it.
Let's start with Meteon and then go to the other end.
Mm-hmm. Oh, creatures are happy. That makes me happy too.
And Hyphlodeus. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At the end, most of all.
I bet you did.
I'm tired. Leave me be.
Grumpy puss.
Yep. Aether to Aether. Something seems to be weighing on Hermes' mind. Tell me, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis seemed promising.
Mm-hmm.
Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here? Is something the matter? The Kion. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby... Darn Greek. The nearby Ucupetes, slaughtering them.
Oh dear, that's not good.
Was the creature hungry? Or somehow provoked? I just fed them myself, and the Ucupetes were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Ichion that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all at once. Will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however.
Hermes, wait!
And what manner of vicious creature is this? If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. At speed.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Hello, Octi.
we have
Hello.
an Octi and a Foxfire.
Yes!
That didn't take long.
Welcome, welcome.
Stream it and they will come.
But are we streaming now or in the past? I can't tell anymore.
Space-time wedgies, gotta love them.
But they've yet to snap my disbelief suspenders, so, good on them? Oh dear. Yeah, this was quite a slaughter. It's heavy. Hermes' pain.
Yeah. The Okyopete is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land. Yet they didn't stand a chance against the Acheon. A fearsome beast, this Acheon, but where is it now?
Yeah, I will attest that these guys are fairly nasty. They really tried to do a number to us in Bosnia.
The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. Acheon was indeed responsible. With the creatures nowhere to be seen, Doris must have taken it away. The man makes his base at 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emmett Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Acheon did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Rylea and Tayrin.
Come. It's down this path, over the bridge.
Looks the same.
Yep. Emmett the same?
Yep.
Okay, we follow Mityon then. Good luck, you two.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and that's the 12 Wonders.
Ah, look. Griffs.
Mm-hmm.
Be right with you, Metyon. Or should we just... Nah, let's go ahead and talk to Metyon.
Yeah.
We'll
They
get our...
won't have us skipping this.
There it is. The 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doris. Let's look for Doris too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him.
Right.
Apparently in interviews, this whole pursuit thing that they put in is something they've been wanting to do since day one, and it took this long for them to figure it out and work all the bugs out.
Yikes.
Come on, let's find Doris. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think.
What an enchanting familiar. I would be delighted to assist in your little journey of discovery and personal growth.
What do you do here?
My role is to maintain the wonders, and thus the climate across Elpis. I ensure that our every environment meets the needs of our flora, fauna, and staff, of course. Environs representing each part of Aetheris are recreated here in Elpis, that we might gain a robust understanding of our concept's potential. As such, maintaining the appropriate balance region by region is tricky work, but more than worth the effort.
What kind of place is this?
The 12 Wonders is the wellspring of Elpis's weather after a fashion. Here do we employ the latest spellcraft from Emerald to maintain and adjust the assorted climes through which our creations frolic for test purposes. Naturally, as in any other part of Elpis, we also observe and experiment with said concepts. This conversation being perhaps one such experiment.
I see. Hmm? If you're with Metreon, I assume you're here on errands for Hermes. What can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for Doros. Ah, I see. We do have similar hair, so people often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon.
Regular Pegasus on the right, dark and edgy Pegasus on the
On the
right.
right.
Yes, dark and edgy.
That one or the Dark Pegasus, you can get as a mount from Palace of the Dead from floors 151 onward, theoretically. It's an incredibly rare drop.
Yeah.
I've so enjoyed the time I've spent here with the Aurore. If only all of our creations were so sweet.
Roy, I guess. Once I get back and record today's results, I should finally be able to put that report to bed.
Not Doris. His hair is long, but color is wrong. It's actually called the Nightmare Pegasus.
Yes. Shall we go touchy-touchy?
Yeah, we're going touchy-touchy. Touchy-touchy. And there's someone hiding over here. Chloris. Surrounded by such wonders, one cannot help but envision new concepts. Not all of them good, mind you.
Everyone has a 1,000 bad concepts in them. Get creating.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you seen me eat anything today? Between my observational work and my writing, I've been so busy I cannot quite recall if I did.
You might want to get on that. If you have to
I'm not entirely sure about that, but you were going up the stairs.
Remember, if you have to ask the question, have I eaten today? The answer is no, go eat something. Doris, that's Doris.
Well now, if it is a Metreon, what brings you here? A Cine. Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. Didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Ikionas, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields and restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Kittisus. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. As he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. Well, what brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that an Ikion slaughtered Okiopetties. As the observer in charge, you're of the opinion they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. Matters not where they are released. Okay, I was starting to wonder if that was really a lowercase l, but I'd been wanting to translate it as an uppercase I.
Mm.
Lycaonis would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos, a memory configuration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch.
Hmm.
Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pashtarot may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of Aether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. It is all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat into the world. Yet, insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lycaonas have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emmett Selk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray
Hmm.
show them to the meeting room.
Hermes?
We have a duty to the star, this I know, but it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. And yes, Foxfire, I am quite aware of Dan and Mab.
And man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes once told us.
Come on. A sentimental gift. You needn't be an intellecty to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Meitian, are you feeling unwell?
It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Tayrin, Rylea.
Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Métian in your care again? She'll be fine with us.
We'll cheer her right up.
I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me.
So, Métian, is there anything you'd like to show us? Can you help me with something? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all creations and helps us. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, how we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders. Alright then, let's go flower shopping.
Mm-hmm. Or at least flower hunting. Be very, very quiet. I am hunting flowers.
Shh. Ooh, these are pretty.
Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree.
Ooh, so big and bright. I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said.
He's a wise man. Excuse me, Junk Monder. Excuse me, Munder. Those don't seem like very ancient names. Tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers.
No flowers. If there were apples, we could cover them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far.
An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern.
These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous.
Right, let's stay away from the poisonous flowers.
You should know!
That wasn't poisonous, that was acidic.
Next time, use the balm. Any other places should be fine, though. Let's keep looking.
Familiar plant.
Are you
Oh dear.
No, we should not touch this one. You're gonna make us touch that one, aren't you?
Yeah.
Vibrant or subdued? Interesting or plain? Oh god, she's gonna make us touch that thing.
Oh yes. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations.
No, that's not what I would call it. Oh, zirconion! A flower that can move!
Right, they were talking about making a series of ambulatory plants.
When Hermes wasn't looking, it shoots seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good at spotting flowers. We should sign something soon.
Great, so we have the ancients to blame for those.
Gee, thanks, but no
Yeah.
thanks.
I don't think I'm forgiving them for that one anytime soon.
They also make the marbles. Like that one over
I'm
there.
really not forgiving them for that one. You spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers.
Nothing around here. Ah! Over there! Tayrin, Rylea! Something big! Huge! No, you're
better not
going.
mean the marble.
I think she means the marble.
Malodorous grass. This is a bad idea, Meteon. A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you.
It's an Adonis!
No, that is not an Adonis.
These things around its mouth look like pearls. Or look like petals, but the flowers are orbs on its head.
Yeah, no.
When Hermes inspected it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Tayrin? Rylea? Would you like it? No.
It's probably not the good sort of memory.
No. So, not that one either.
No.
Finding a good flower. Harder than thought. I'm sorry, Tayrin, Rylea, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as fields over there. I pick something after that. I promise.
As long as it gets us away from
Yes.
that.
It's not attacking us. I'm perfectly happy to leave it alone. And of course, there's a griff staring at us.
And we're near our fate. New location.
Thank you for turning away, Griff.
Lush fields. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins.
Oh, and I see an aether current.
Oh, very good.
There's nothing. A shiny over there? What could it be? The Fate? But first, we're going to,
Go for the other shiny thing over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, oh dear.
Yeah.
Careful.
Yeah.
It's probably a B rank, but I don't want to mess with it.
Not at level 90, no. We got an R6,
No, we
Jake's
have
here.
not. Oh! Elpis.
I had a feeling we'd end up with these.
Oh! Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're intelleckies. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For the others, they're always white and bright.
That the only color? Because we've seen other colors.
We've seen lots of other colors. Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then do you have it too? A dark emotion? I dare say I've had a few.
Yeah.
Because all of those apply down the road. You don't have to say it. I can feel it's something you want to hide.
Hide isn't exactly the right word.
But won't you lend it to me? The darkness inside you? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. No, that's a bad idea.
No.
He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know he isn't there alone. That others are sad too.
Uh-huh.
Truly? You'll do it? I think this is a bad idea. Oh.
Sorrow shared is sorrow halved.
I still think this is a bad idea. Thank you, Tayrin. Thank you, Rylea. Thank you. It means more than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes relax. Let's go back and fetch him. I think this is a really bad idea.
And the fate is gone.
That is okay. I'm sure we'll be back. But that's an interesting observation. Do the ancients not feel emotion very deeply?
There's a thought.
I mean, they obviously feel some, but...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look! Side quests!
Oh yeah. From what I've seen, they certainly feel side quests very deeply. Shall we get started on them?
Yeah.
So, which way am I going?
Huh?
Scholar or summoner?
Go Summoner, you've been getting some practice, and I've got the heals at the moment.
Beg pardon? Krylos is cursing up a storm. Pros take that little sod. Where's a gun? Oh, I was unaware we had a visitor. Pardon my language. Okay. If that was strong language. I should hate to give a poor impression of Elpis with my unprofessional behavior. Unless I'm quite at my wit's end with this new cultivar. You're fortunate not to have overheard worse. His restorative properties are superlative, that much is true. Yet what possessed its creator to give it such nimble little legs I shall never understand. Really must impress upon these fools at the words of Halmarut that not everything need be ambulatory. I've tried leashing it, fencing it in, staring at it with all my might, each to no avail. The Its resourcefulness is far beyond what one could, and I dare say should, wish of a vegetable.
This is a mandragora, isn't it?
Yes, it's going to be a mandragora. Given that it shows such signs of sentience, however, perhaps it is possible for another intelligent creation to commune with it. Are you willing to make the attempt?
It's probably
When it
going to
embarked,
scream at me, isn't it?
maybe. When it embarked upon its most recent bid for freedom, I sent my assistant after it. His own legs have grown quite powerful by this point, so with any luck, you will find them not too far to the west. Yeah, it's going to be Mandragora.
Totally going to be a mandragora. And it's going to scream at us. Because that's what mandragoras do.
Every rose. Chloris appears to be hard at work. Oh well.
Everyone certainly seems content to follow... Everyone certainly seems content to allow their familiars to wander about unattended as of late. I must say,
Thank you.
It's becoming something of a distraction. I've been attempting to prune this bush for ages. Who's responsible for you?
Me.
Me, myself, and I. A zine, you say? In that case, I suppose some degree of independence is to be expected. I take it you're the resilient sort as well? You named it, I've punched it!
No, you name it, I've been punched by
it! That's wonderful to hear. The Akatha's population...
Hold on a moment. I'm gonna go with, I mislike where this is going. Yeah, it is different. Go ahead and do yours.
That's wonderful to hear. The Akatha population is around the wonders is needing of culling, you see. They'll probably be the same as my bet. Just a second, switching screens. You are an assertive one, aren't you? No matter. If you know Azim, your curiosity will get the better of you soon enough.
She knows me too well. Oh, really?
It helps you out.
I've been snubbed. You name it, I've been punched by it. Yeah, the Acantha population.
The appropriate number of specimens has been moved to the Hungering Gardens, a far more suitable habitat, but the remainder needs to be cut down ere they harm the local environment. You can attract one by applying this nectar water to yourself, perhaps by the beacon to the northeast. We should hate for the creatures to lumber over here by mistake anyone else for such a tasty snack, after all.
They're all hurt.
Shall we pick up the blue or leave it last?
I think go ahead and pick it up since we've only got the 3 this time.
2, actually.
We might save it's 3 including the blue.
Right. Look, it's a Gala cat! Hello, little Gala cat.
Iloros. Meow. Talk to you, come on, talk to your long-distant descendant. Boy, they have not changed much over the millennia. You and the Iloros. At Hippothoe's side is a familiar creature. Yes. Yes, it is.
My, what a familiar essence you have. Like that of a familiar, if you're familiar with the concept.
Yes, haha.
Oh, it was just my joke. Tayrin and Rylea, was it? I'm Hippothoe. Yes, we're getting to that. Tayrin and Rylea, say hello to our familiar friend here. She's an Aloros.
Whoa, they started as familiars?
It would make sense. The Aloros are one of our newest creations, highly attuned to the abnormalities in their environment. At first sight of danger, they'll sound the alarm, by which I mean mew loudly. Though we do our best to observe all our creatures, Opsis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Thus, I've taken this Aloros under my wing to further develop her capabilities in this area. She does enjoy our little walks. This morning, we were testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her that the task has begun, and she'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do subdue any unruly subjects once you've found them. We can't have beasts running amok.
Okay, Gala Kitten, you gonna be watching this closely? Follow the Iluris and try not to fall behind.
Unfortunately, your mic keeps cutting out every time you try and make cat sounds. I know, it's a horrible thing for a cat player to be. Oh, look, there's a hunt train. All these characters rising up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Passing behind you.
Ah.
Good show there. Meow. The Iluris alerts you to two nearby creatures that are facing one another down and looks at you expectantly.
I think we're supposed to beat the tar out of them.
Probably. Okay, you two, break it up. Where? That's right.
That okay, little fella?
You catch all of that, Gala Kitten?
Back to base.
Only one problem on the rounds, what do you know? Calm day.
Oh, there's another problem, but we need to go douse ourselves in nectar for that. Yes, I called it. Hello, little Mandragora. Actually,
we both called it.
You're a really big Mandragora. I keep forgetting
Slippery Mandragora.
we've been size shifted up.
Yeah. Holy cow, yeah, that thing's huge. And think of the size of that Gala cat.
Yeah.
Even in scale, it's huge. Rylea sent you to commune with the Mandragora. Best of luck.
Thanks. I hope you have some ear medication when this is all done.
The Mandragora emits a screech not unlike the sound of a Magitech airship's hull rending in twain, but it is unclear what this is meant to convey. There's a description.
Yeah, that's a Mandragora. Ow. My ears are bleeding.
Did that help? No. So even its fellow creations cannot understand it. What a pity. Granted, I did suspect its vocal organ was unique. Ah, if you took the same form, that may be less of an obstacle. No! Though I'm admittedly unversed in the original design specifications, I should have little difficulty transforming you into its mirror. Shall we have a go?
No! Why am I agreeing to this?
Wonderful. Now, stand still.
No.
Really?
My dragon is sticking out of my head!
What's this?
My dragon minion.
Oh.
It's sticking out of my head.
Yeah, that... Wow, that looks painful.
It is painful.
If anything, you understand even less than you did before.
Thanks.
How is that? One moment, please.
Yeah, I don't even think they understand each other.
I don't know, we've seen them organize. Pardon me, I had not the slightest idea what you were saying. Do you mind repeating that? Foiled again. Nevertheless, we've gained valuable data. Ow. Ow. Alas, please inform Grillos that it may be some time before I return. Yeah, we'll make sure he has a bottle of Excedrin for you, too.
How about a bottle of Excedrin for me? Mandragoras. Why did it have to be mandragoras?
This must be the location Chloris mentioned. Applying the nectar water to yourself ought to attract an acantha or two. Nectar water. This floral water is both fragrant and tasty. Not that you would know. Sweet scent, with a touch of ripeness, fills the air.
Why are we doing this again?
Because they asked us to.
Oh god, one of him!
Oh jeez! Holy cow, that thing's huge! Go get him, Phoenix. Of course. Come on.
I hope they won't be mad. It's not like we went out and attacked him on our own. We're just defending ourselves. That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Darn straight.
Yeah, if we have all these ambulatory plants to blame on the Academianitis, unfortunately, we can't burn it to the ground and change the timeline, can we?
I believe the idea is it's impossible for us to do it, but yeah. You or me, yeah.
The scent of nectar water and fresh-cut vine. You did as I asked. 'Tis much appreciated. The anthithi grows and propagate quickly. Too quickly, as I have learnt.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Their short life cycles makes them excellent source of fertilizer in woodland areas. I'd hoped this factor would be enough to keep their population in check. But it appears that without natural predators, their proliferate so fast as to smother the local flora. Moving them to the gardens will do for the moment, but I must find the means to make it less invasive as a species, lest they be deemed unsuitable to this world. I couldn't bear to see it happen to my darlings. Oh, did I neglect to mention that I'm the creator of the Athican concepts? Gee,
Can I slap her?
thanks. A great many of those who research the creations in Opus submit our own concepts from time to time, you know. It would be wasteful not to put the knowledge we gain from our observations to use.
Could you put it to use in a better form?
One with less of a gaping maw, and maybe smaller,
Yeah.
and less of a putrid flower up top.
Yeah. All of those things.
Just as it would be wasteful to allow any of our darlings to be sent to the Lees. I will make this concept work. I promise you that. Please, don't. For all our sakes.
Spicy shakshuka. Bet. A hearty and delicious dish for any mealtime. Its base is a flavorful, rich tomato sauce filled with potent spices, in which an egg has been perfectly poached. Just what I need, more food. That's sad. Did you locate the Mandragora?
Unfortunately.
Yes. Seemingly incapable of comprehensible communication, is it? Perhaps its degree of intelligence bears further scrutiny. Of course, if upon further observation it is deemed sentient, it will be subject to even greater scrutiny to ensure that it can be safely set loose. Understand each creation in all its aspects and conclusively prove it beneficial or detrimental to the star. Such is our duty and burden as researchers. At least we can say with certainty that its legs work. So do its vocal cords.
Unfortunately.
Ow. Hey, Aloros.
She seems quite content, but in the name of science, what were the results? Well, she did lead us to a spot of trouble. As expected. Well done, little one.
That is not
Magnificent
little.
creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell, too, but it's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Allura are enhanced with theirs at birth, so that they are able to acclimate properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potentials to rise to, however. In fact, why not join us for another phase of testing?
Yeah, we saw that coming.
You're going to keep us at this all night, aren't you?
Most likely. Sing, O Muse.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow!
That's very ow. Hippothoe wishes to conduct another test of the Ailuroi's capacity, and yours.
I'm so pleased that you're willing to join us in further research. Thus far, have you noticed this Allore's response to stimuli? However, the Allore's has one more very special capability. Aren't you curious? You will be pleased to know that I have dispatched one additional Allore's to fly around the 12 wonders If she is working as designed, the phenomenon should be clearly observable. I expect that you will be able to collect the evidence from it from my fellow researchers, say, Oros, Decaleon, and Chlorosis. Do present present your conclusions with me when you've finished.
Given its body weight and the effort it requires something. These speech bubbles are way too big to be going by that fast.
I would advise you keep your head down. I saw some manner of creature darting in the air just now. If it carries on like that, it's only a matter of time before it collides with someone's skull. I startled me so badly that I accidentally created a winged fish of all things, which itself escaped into the skies ere I knew it. Though, now that I have a moment to reflect on the
creation magics are just too easy for these guys.
Yes. Now that I have a moment to reflect on its speedy departure, perhaps the ability to fly is not so wasted on the aquatic creatures as I believed. Surely such a boon would give them the heretofore unknown capacity to evade predators. The recent fashion for flying concepts has made something to it after all. I must really pay attention to the Bureau of Architects next time I'm in Amarot. I doubt anyone has registered a winged fish yet.
So, how many different kinds of winged fish have you caught?
Lots. Ooh, there's someone up here we have not talked to.
Hey,
hello.
Though my nymphi may be capricious, insolent, gluttonous, generally lacking in any sense of morality whatsoever, I think they're delightful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well... Parents. Deucalion. Tiny winged creature. Do you refer to Hippothys familiar perchance? I did see it not long ago. I know not where it's gone off to, I regret to say. I would assist in your search, but I must put brush to parchment before I forget what I meant to write. Outside of my observational duties, I've been laboring over a treatise on aquatic flora, you see. Yet rereading my work a moment ago, I was suddenly struck by how trite my conclusion sounds. I believe I know precisely how to strengthen it, however. Dare say even Halmarut shall be impressed by my insight. Well, let's hope so.
Inside? Yes. And
indeed.
Look.
Well, somebody knows how to get indoors.
That would be a you. With those sideburns?
Isn't this the most darling familiar you have ever seen? Yes, yes it is.
Of course you would agree.
Behold its soft and fluffy fur, its pudgy belly, its charming little bell, its eyes that gaze imploringly into the very depths of your soul. All true. It makes you want to dismantle it and gobble its adorable aether right up, does it not? Hey! I dare not, of course. Whoever it belongs to would be quite cross indeed.
Just a little.
I'd be quite cross too. Yet even to gaze upon it stokes with me a creative passion the likes of which I've never known. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, get out of here. And no touching the Gala kitten. Alas, my muse. Perhaps I need to create my own familiar surpassing cuteness after all.
It might be recommended. Well, I suppose that's one way to read a book.
Mm-hmm.
This guy here.
Oh. Yeah, well, why not?
Ancients. Ugh.
It's kind of the Twilight Sparkle method.
Yes, it is. Except that Twilight would try 3 at once.
Fair enough.
I see you've spoken to everyone. What was your findings? Exactly right. The Alroy bless those they meet with inspiration. After all, we are at our best and our brightest when our hearts are at ease. With the clarity of thought and faithful in ourselves, we can do anything. And we could possibly quell the inner turmoil as well as those lovable creatures like this.
Meow, meow, meow.
Ah, it seems duty calls. She cited another irregularity. Off you go then, dear girl. And with today's results, the Alroy's concepts will be approved in no time. I am truly fortunate to have such wonderful familiars to work with, yourselves included, of course.
Of course.
I have so enjoyed our time spending with the Alroy. If only our creations were all so sweet.
We back to main story?
We are back to main story.
I'm gonna need a moment here.
You do that, I'm going to put on a jacket. It is cold in here. I've got this breeze going right down the back of my shirt and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah, that would be bad. Okay, no, there it is.
Okay, I'm back. I'm very thankful that my parents several years ago gifted Baron and I these fleece robes.
Warm things.
We call them
Yes.
warm things, and they are awesome.
Because they were warm.
Yeah. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until finished.
A 4-quest conversation. That's impressive.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
Why would we not be?
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hithildeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Thank you. I was not expecting such.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
I still think this is a bad idea.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment? I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Rylea said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I'm filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Alpes, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Let's have no more brooding, eh?
Yeah. Certainly not number 3.
No.
Indeed. Difficult though it may be, I must endeavor to be strong like you. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters.
There are more?
Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey. traveling to one star and then the
Oh
next
my.
in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let's head back.
All right.
Mhm.
Meteion? Oh, we don't get our own little in-room here? Boo.
How
I'm
cheap
glad
of them.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad Hermes saw flowers. Thank you, both of you. I will help.
Mhm.
I hope. Today, it will be difficult for him.
The prodigal familiar returns, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. No, just solving problems and getting an earache. Were you able to get some rest? Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of aether. Or not that scarce.
And we're not that fragile.
Verdict and execution. Hermes appears solemn and sorrowful. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but at this time I attend to my next task. As Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of Lycaenos. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycaenos would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythlodaeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaenos have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main aisle.
Nope, nope, we don't.
Oh jeez!
Yeah, about those nymphs.
Unresolved mysteries. Hyrax would ask you a question with absolutely no ulterior motive whatsoever.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you're Azim's familiar, are you not? I pose to you a question. Imagine an object you truly desire lies before you. What do you do?
This is a trick question.
Ask how much it costs?
I have either take it or shout need.
I know.
I'll take it. I wouldn't want to shout and make it known.
What if I want it more than he
He
does?
does.
I see. As rumored, you do show a glimmer of intelligence. Avarice is a mark of sentience, you know. Speaking of which, my pot of nectar has recently gone missing, along with the nymphi I was observing. Welcome as this confirmation of their intelligence is, they aren't meant to eat all of that at once. Of course, should I pursue them, they will like as not hide for fear of reprisal while they devour the lot. However, they may respond if a fellow familiar expresses her doubt that so much nectar truly belongs to them, if you take my meaning.
Right. Aisle designer.
Background research. The Isle designer believes that a little learning is a dangerous thing, though perhaps not for the commonly accepted reasons. Fortified enclosures. That would be dreadfully dull for all involved. If only there was someone who... Ah, you have impeccable timing, my friend. I'm in need of a bit of assistance, you see.
Do you even have any money? If you insist.
If you insist. I assure you that I do. Now listen, I have been tasked to design a new island for the purposes of containing and monitoring poisonous specimens. Last we know little of such concepts, and last I attempted a bit of research, I woke up 3 days later with far too much information about grapes. You, however, have the look of a familiar that could not possibly care less about this subject. Thus do I require your services. You need only ask the researchers at Anagnoresis for a brief introduction to poisonous creatures, and steadfastly ignore any niggling curiosity in favor of reporting back here.
Right. Nope. That way. Mount researcher.
I suppose if you need new subjects, I can show you a bunch of mounts. No taking them apart into their component aether. Coming to grips. The mount researcher requires some assistance in testing the grip's capabilities. Where did you come from? Get back, quickly! How odd. Generally speaking, the grips would sooner gore you than look at you. Did your creator imbue you with a special talent for soothing savage beasts, perchance? Perchance.
Maybe.
I can introduce him to a griffin. Curious indeed. I dare say this calls for further experimentation. I don't suppose you'd be willing to attempt a flight on its back.
Sure.
I'm short a few aether currents, but sure. I hope that the grips will find use as a mount, you see, but its aggression towards unfamiliar faces has precluded any real trials thus far. Please consider it.
We'll come back to this one.
Okay, but it's right there. Wonderful. Despite appearances, Alcmene has a lot on her mind.
Aw, aren't you just adorable? Yes, yes, you are. Hello.
Can I help you?
The first one's more apt for a Lalafell, but yeah, sure. Hello. That's what I love about familiar. Familiar, so whimsical. I have a task that's perfectly suited to one such as yourself. I assume yours is different.
Yes.
My apologies, dear. Your whimsical, diminutive stature misled me. Unfortunately, I have a task perfectly suited to an oh-so grown-up familiar such as yourself.
There's no winning this one.
No, we are not winning. I would like you to inspect the flower beds north of here. I suspect they will have accumulated some ethereal masses. Should you find any, please bring them to me. Do look carefully now. If I need someone to wander off the task half finished, I would have asked one of our other researchers. Ow!
Oh. Burn. You're willing to ride the grips? Splendid. We can begin immediately, assuming you have your preferred riding trousers on. Are you and your trousers ready to ride the grips?
Thank you!
Yes! Whee!
Not like we haven't ridden griffs before. Though I'm not telling him that.
I'd be willing to show him my griffin.
I have two of them.
Both of you have wonderfully relaxed riding postures. What say you do a little tour of Elpis?
Sure, why not?
It is nice to get this aerial view.
Yeah, just wish it wasn't fog-socked. One lone island way out there.
Is that the one Mitian was looking at?
Might have been.
No, I don't think so.
There's a couple different islands here, and they're all man-made.
Yep. No to Faron's beauty is ever striking. Note the blossoms, which change according to Elpis's seasons, and a ethereal balance, a true masterwork. The grip seems quite content. Result of the flower's sweet perfume and your masterful handling, no doubt. Interesting lighthouse.
That's one of the beacons they were talking about that actually helps stabilize the weather currents and ether around here. We were led through it a couple quests ago, or a couple nights ago.
They talked about that, but I don't remember.
Yeah, we were at the
this.
base, so there's one on each island.
Yeah. These beacons are crucial to our operations here in Elpis, and make convenient lodestars for flying specimens under observation. Successful concepts sight them from a distance and can approach without hesitation. The Crips has passed that test with flying colors, so let us return to solid ground.
Aw. He was a good burb.
Mm-hmm. An elegant landing, another mark in favor of the Grip's utility as a mount. I believe I have the data I need. Thank you for your cooperation.
You're welcome. That is a proud burb.
I'm sure you're curious as to what today's trial means for our friend here. If you like, we can speak further back at the Wonders.
And of course, he just leaves me out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Okay, what's the closest? Closest is up on that rock. Excuse me. Ethereal mass. You guys aren't going to attack me, are you?
Though you examine the flower bed closely, there are no ethereal masses to be found. Kind of far. Ethereal mass floats over the flower bed, ripe for the picking. Probably. We weren't supposed to go in this.
I know. Okay, next one is around the back.
Tyrza.
It's actually kind of wonderful here, the pitter-patter of carbuncles trailing behind.
Yes. The sound you have done without for too long?
Mm-hmm.
Did you scrutinize every corner of the bed?
Sorry, that one would actually be me. My bad.
Oh, yep.
Did you scrutinize every corner of those beds? Yep.
Ethereal mass. Coagulated ether found floating near the 12 Wonders. Coagulated.
As I suspected, masses of Earth aspected. The gardens of the 12 Wonders reflect the balance and dynamic of stagnant air of all 6 aspects. An excess of activity in a single aspect leads to this type of agglomeration. 'Tis these flowers' way of bearing fruit, so to speak. Beautiful as they may sound, ethereal masses indicate that we must adjust the ethereal balance and impetus to maintain an ideal environment. There's not for you to worry your little dear head about, of course. Such magic is as simple as breathing for us. Run along now. Gee, thanks.
Congrats.
Woohoo!
Welcome back. You'll be pleased to know that based on these results, I'm confident the grips can be trained to become the perfect mount. It scorns unfamiliar and clumsy hands, yes, but so long as it trusts its rider, it serves her incomparably. Given Hermes' own expertise, flying creatures are always subject to immense scrutiny before approval. Even so, I have no doubt that our proud friend will pass muster. Yes, I imagine that it has a long history in front of it.
Ah, there's our subject nymph.
Mm.
Oh, oh dear.
Oh no.
Hel-
Really?
Hello, nymph.
Nymphe.
Squeak.
Scream? Yeah. The Nymphe squeaks innocently in response to your query, but you have ample reason to doubt its sincerity.
Squeal, squeal.
The Nymphe waddles away, looking rather pleased with itself. And we're not done with it.
No, no, we are not. I'm trying to figure out where it went off to.
Yeah. Ah, here it is. Behind the tree.
So that is.
Yep. The same. I still doubt it.
Squeal, squeal.
The Nymphe waddles away, but not before you catch a strong whiff of nectar.
I'm ignoring you, psycho butterfly thing.
Oh dear.
It's
You gonna
over
be
here.
Okay. Okay. Ah. Yep, down below.
Squeal.
I still doubt you.
Totally doubt you. Squeal, squeal, squeal.
The Nymphe squeals in a presumably disgruntled fashion and waddles away.
And the last one is way out by the first. Do we want to conclude that later?
Ooh. Ooh, yeah, I think we'd better. Wow.
Though we might need to head that way because this area is. No, it is a rust zone. Never mind.
Yes. I mean, the inn is here. Not that we got to see it.
Hmm?
The inn is here.
Yeah, well. Yeah, your nymphs. They're nothing but problems.
There we go. You've returned. Where are my nymphi?
They ran off.
Beavers!
Beavers!
What in the world are you talking about? Come now, tell me what you saw. Spare no detail. I'm a professional.
Beavers. We saw beavers.
Strange brown-furred creatures that waddled? Nymphi were bright and winged and Oh. Oh no. No. No, that's absurd. Tell no one of this. Some things are better off lost.
Yeah, they're pixies who became too satisfied with themselves.
It's all their fault. They designed a flaw into them.
Yep. So we gonna call it here for the night?
Yeah.
You and your insistent of standing on the staircase.
Who's standing?
Sitting on the staircase.
Yes.
There we go. Well, almost. Come on, get the right angle. There we go.
Yes, nobody must know of this.
In any case, thank you all for joining us. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where the story leads.
Oh boy, yeah.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, a really bad feeling. In any case, you all have a great evening. We will try and be on Wednesday night
Mm-hmm.
and see how far we get. Until then,
Another round of side quests, no doubt.
yeah, probably. We haven't finished this first round, so have at ye.
No, this is round 3 now.
Yeah, but we still haven't finished it.
Yeah.
You all have a great night. Sleep well, be safe, and look forward to seeing you Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Everyone have a great night.